Hey y'all, it's me, Cody. Welcome to Cody Knits Podcast episode 23. Today is January the 7th, 2016. This is my first podcast of the year. For those of you who don't know, I'm Cody. I am your host coming from Atlanta, Georgia. This is a podcast about knitting, crochet, fiber, a little bit of spinning, things like that. So yeah. I have a lot of things to talk to you about. I'll tell you about some life update stuff at the end. So yeah, anyway. So let's get into it. First thing, I have some news, and that is my cowl pattern is available for purchase on Ravelry. And just as a reminder, this is what it looks like. It's called the Growing Flowers Cowl. And I designed it a while ago, but I wanted to have it available earlier, but with my school stuff at the end of the year, and then Christmas knitting and stuff, I wanted to have people have plenty of time to check it out, and I wanted to make sure that it looked good and all that stuff. So it is now available on Ravelry. I'll try to put a link to it in the description box below, or if you're watching this on Ravelry, I'll put it in the little thing underneath the video. I guess kind of like show notes, I suppose. And yeah, so go buy it. It helped me out tremendously. And I'll go in more into that later, because yeah. So, I have some finished objects, but I don't have them to show you, unfortunately. I will try to insert a photo, but I finished my mom's cowl. I gave that to her for Christmas. Sorry if you can hear Billy Bob back there. He has been very vocal today. I think he wants out and wants to fly around, but I've had the door open, and I mean, he can fly a little bit, but he can't fly. He can't fly away. So if he were to fly out the door and then fly off the balcony, he would end up falling a really long way, because he can't fly. He can glide a little bit, but anyway. So I finished Mom's cowl, and she really likes it. I really like it. I don't know if she's even wearing it or what, but she better be. She better be taking care of it. And I finished the socks for my Aunt Carol. I'll try to put those pictures of those too. I've put pictures up on my Instagram account, so you may have seen them there. Which you can find. My Instagram is nurse_Codi, CODI. So, and then I do have a half finished object, which will lead me into my whips, which I have a few. So this is in a bag that Erin from Gimme Yarn 418 sewed up for me. But this is a sock. This is a sock that actually fits me. How exciting. I don't like really long legs of socks. Normally if I wear socks, I wear no-show socks. But right now, it's nice if you have a little bit keeping your ankles warm. But I don't like them to go all the way up my leg. But there's that. And then I have this much done of the second one. I just basically finished the heel. This is the Fish Lips Kiss heel. The sock pattern you'll probably all recognize. Let me turn it like this. As the vanilla latte sock pattern. And that is by Virginia Rose Gina. Sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm pretty sure I am. But anyway, so I am using the Fish Lips Kiss Hill. I'm using, these are my favorite needles right now. They are the Chalgu red lace. I love this cord because especially when I'm doing magic loop on other things that I'm using, like the interchangeable cord for my carvings, it like twists up and it just makes it difficult to work with, and this never does that. This is as much twist as it ever does and whatnot. So, but yeah, I've been enjoying this. I've actually really liked knitting socks now. I know before I wasn't enjoying it that much, but I was doing them on DPNs, and that was really slowing my progress down and whatnot. But I'm really enjoying knitting magic loop. And if you haven't ever done the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, it's really easy and fast, and you don't have to pick up stitches and all that. Like, you don't knit a heel flap and like have to go pick up stitches or decrease. And this just fits me perfectly, and my aunt really likes her socks. The yarn is Into the Whirl. This is some sock yarn that my secret shopper at Rhinebeck picked out for me, which I love. And thank you again for doing that, if you're watching. Uh-oh. So, I have this thing on this thing, and now this thing is messed up. Anyway, it's Into the Whirl. Walla Walla. It's hand painted Bethel sock. Apparently it was 28 bucks. A 4-ply superwash. Blue Face Leicester. This is what it looks like in the ball. I love these colors, and it's really soft, and I really like how it's knitting up. I mean, it's kind of stripy. There's blues and greens and oranges. It's just all my favorites. Yay! So that's that. Sorry, I've been talking about that sock for a while, huh? Isn't this the cutest little needle cozy? I know they're for DPNs, but I like to use it for this too because, well, it keeps my stitches from falling off. So that's that. Next is, I'm calling this is in the mustache manly bag that from Erin, Give Me Yarn 418's Etsy shop. Is actually, her Etsy shop is Southpaw Creations on Etsy. It's just, you made me that. This is one of the first bags. This is the first or second bag I bought from her. I love these little just drawstrings. So this inside is the Baby Sweater of Doom, is what I'm calling it. You haven't seen it in a while. I hate this sweater. But I'm gonna finish it. So basically, it's done. As far as the knitting, I have to go through and seam up the sides. Finally finished it. I'm not going to tell you who the pattern is. I'm not going to go into that. I'll just say it wasn't If you've never knit any type of sweater before, this isn't a good pattern. And I think some of the stuff was incorrect, which caused me a little bit of trouble. But yeah, anyway, it's not perfect. It has some errors, but I think once I seam it up, it'll be cute enough little baby sweater. This is the yarn. It's called Babe. Is the yarn, which I like the yarn. There's nothing wrong with that. It's white with the blue and pink specks. It was cheap, it's like $5 a ball. It is nylon and acrylic. 55% nylon and 45% acrylic. Just taking a few balls of this. I think there's that. I think one, basically 2 balls of yarn. Sometime or another I'll make myself seam that up. And now, of course, Christmas knitting's over, so I can knit stuff for me, right? So I picked back up this, my entrelac cowl. And this is what I got so far. It's a cowl. You knit it so many rounds, and then you, when you get back, you can it actually joins at this end. And this is the yarn. Here's what it looks like in a ball. It's like a charcoal with some white in it. This is what it looks like in the skein. And it's 100% cashmere. It's signature edition, yarn box exclusive, by Pepperberry Knits. And we got this in, they call it Christmas in July. And so this was in my yarn box subscription for July. I don't subscribe to the luxury box. Actually, I don't subscribe to any yarn club at the moment because I'll go into that later. But anyway, so 100% cashmere. It had to be for me. This has been fun. It's a fun knit. I've never done entrelac. The pattern's actually called Entrelac Rainbow Cowl by Carol Wells. And I didn't use rainbow yarn, but I used the pattern, and I really like it. And this is going to go, ooh, I feel wonderful around my neck. I'm so excited. And I'm just knitting them on some wooden knit picks needles, which I really like. I was using just like a circular on a cord, you know, but I needed the cord or something, and then I ended up getting these for like $3 or $4 or something at the yarn store. So that's that. And this is being housed in my a bag from the Bakery Bears from Kay. It's actually a Christmas bag. Oh, and it's lovely, and it's got the little snapper popper thing. I love this. Even though it's not Christmas anymore, I still like this bag because it's from Kay, and it's special. The other thing, this is actually a new cast on, and it's some gloves. It looks funny, doesn't it? So I still have this finger and the thumb to go. A friend of mine requested a pair of gloves. So I was like, oh, I've never knit gloves. He wanted black and blue. So I was like, well, come shopping in my yarn stash and pick what kind of yarn you like. And this is what he picked. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. These are actually a little bit too long for me, but they fit. They match up to what he said his fingers were. So, this is actually the first kind of like color work I've ever, I don't know. Maybe that's not a true statement. This is really the first time that I can remember that I've been trying to carry the yarn, the blue yarn, so I don't have to cut it. And I am, like you can see down here, I didn't carry it very well, but it got better. I got better at it as I went on. I guess I kind of figured out how to make it where it didn't show through. So basically with the blue, this is 3 rows of the blue, and then there's 9 rows here. And basically every 3 rows I did this little twisty thing to carry the blue up. And it doesn't look that pretty on the inside, but I'm not having trouble getting my fingers in, so that's a plus. This is a pattern by Very Pink Knits Stacy. She has a YouTube channel where she has tutorials that go along with it. So I got that because I've never made gloves before. And I would really suggest, I mean, her patterns aren't exactly cheap, but if you consider that you're getting a tutorial that goes with it where she shows you how to do everything, it kind of is worth it, and definitely helped me. But this is the, that one's torn. This one's better. Yeah. This is the yarn, Morocco Lustra, something like that. I got it at my local yarn shop a long time ago. And this is 50% Peruvian wool and 50% Tencel. I don't know what that is. It's some trademark thing that they have. But yeah, it'd been in my stash for a while, so that's what he picked. He's like, okay. The yarn is nice. It's kind of a slippery yarn. It kind of feels silky through your hands. It peels, I mean, the fibers come off a lot. But I really like working with it. It's a single ply. Which I really like knitting with single ply for whatever reason. I know it's not the, most sturdy or something. I don't know, but I really like knitting with it. And I was always planning on making myself a hat with this because it's soft. But, whatever. I have a goal of using up my stash, so there you go. But really, I'm enjoying that pattern. The gloves, I'm knitting them on double point, which I'm not hating. I don't mind knitting on DPNs, but for some reason the sock knitting on the DPNs was given, I guess because the yarn's small or something, I don't know. But anyway, like for this hats, it doesn't give me any trouble. But anyway, these are 2.5 mil or 3.25 millimeter. These I got this like off of. I got a bunch of these set off of Amazon. It was like $10, and it has everywhere from size 0 up to like 10. And I use these a lot. I don't know if they're bamboo. I don't remember what they're made out of, but they still smell kind of, whatever they varnished it with or varnished it with, makes them really smooth. They still have a little bit of grip, since they're wood, but a pretty even whatever, taper and all that kind of stuff. I like them. For $12, you can't really, for $10, you can't really beat that for how many I got. So there's that. I left something right here. So one of the things is I'm trying to use my stash up, and especially my you know where you knit a little bit out of something and you have like a little thing left. So I mean, I'm trying to either get rid of it, use it, whatever. So you follow me on Instagram. You saw that I was giving away some. A lot of it is my acrylic stuff, and nothing wrong with acrylic, but I just have a lot of it taking up space, and I live in a little apartment. I don't have a lot of space. Um, and I didn't have plans. So what I did was I found people who online there was like the crocheting Whovian, I believe. She said that they had been doing some swap kind of thing, and they use acrylic yarn to make like blankets and stuff. It's like a scrappy blanket thing or whatever. So I took all my scrappies and whatnot, um, and I've been crocheting these little squares with them, and then I'm gonna send those others um, off and let them use them because I want them to go to get good use. But I just know um, that I wasn't really planning on using it. I mean, some of it you could probably make a hat or something out of. I just know I have a lot more expensive yarns and like 100% wool kind of things that I want to use, and those are the things I'm being drawn to for knitting. And so yeah. Now I still have some acrylic stuff in my stash. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not necessarily a yarn snob. I like it all, but anyway. So my plan was I took these I've made hats out of these already. So I'm gonna take these and do a little um, make a little blanket out of them. And I watched Kay from the Bakery Bears her tutorials on her little mini square blanket, and these are all worsted weights. So I decided I have a thing of it's either I love this yarn or it's Red Heart, but it's white, and I'll probably border these like she does and make a little blanket out of them. So that's that. And then, oh, some more crocheting. This is the blanket. This is a corner to corner blanket. Here is the starting corner. I don't know what you can see. And it goes here, and then I've made it to here. My goal, I'm probably going to finish this by the weekend. I've been really just sitting and crocheting this. And it's big enough, like, it's pretty cold here right now. It's getting like the low 50s during the day and get pretty chilly in the evenings, like 30, high 30, low 40s, that kind of thing. Kind of feels good to me, but. So anyway, I'm going to have some leftovers of all these colors too, which I'll probably make a couple of hats out of it and then send that along to whoever as well. And of course, some little granny squares for my blanket. But yeah, I'm probably going to finish that. It's not huge, but it's big enough little lap blanket. And I have it woven in any end. But I'll probably go through and do a little border all the way around the edge. I'll look and see whatever color I have the most of left over and do that. So, but yeah, it's been fun. It's acrylic. saw I love this yarn except for one skein of the white, or one skein of the blue actually. The dark blue was Red Heart by accident. I was kind of mixed them up, but and I could tell the difference in it when I was crocheting it, but I can't tell just by looking at it, like in colors. And then I have one last whip, and that is my sock yarn blanket, my scrap blanket. It's not really a memory blanket because I haven't knit with any of these before, but it is kind of a memory because you guys have all donated all of these to me, sent them to me, and I have a good little stash built back up thanks to you all. But yeah, I knit this one last night. So pretty. But yeah, I'm having fun doing that too. I mean, I know it's a long-term project and I'm not, rushing through it. I really wanted to do I liked how you guys are doing the Advent kind of thing, during Christmas, but I didn't have any until toward the end of December. I didn't have any extra mini skeins, so I couldn't participate. So, I'm from the South, and I really we drink iced sweet tea here, and I went to McDonald's today and got some because I was just craving it. I had started. Well, I'll go into that later. Anyway, so that's all my works in progress. Now we have some giveaways. So bear with me as I pull up Ravelry. Because I was doing a giveaway, a Christmas gifts thread. So people who were knitting or crocheting Christmas gifts, etc., they could, you guys could put it on there, and I'd give away a prize. So let me do that. So I need to do post 2 through a lot more than I thought. 2 through 75. Well, 75 is just a comment. So let me just do 2 through 74. So I'm going to do the random number generator. Let me pull it up here so y'all can see it. Through 74. Okay. Oh, let me show you the prizes first. It's really neat. I got stitch markers for you all. I think there's 4 prizes. So the first prize will be these. And they're pretty. They're blue. Can't tell, like a dark blue. But they are from Druid. Mission Possible Design and Creation. Yeah. I bought these back a while ago to give to you guys and just to kind of support his his Etsy shop and also to have something to give away. So I like them a lot, but I decided I would give them away. So the first person who will win those is number 39, and that is drumroll. That is Bouncer DJ Wife, who is the designer behind JMO Creations. Yay! I'm just gonna write it down so I don't forget. And that post was a sock from Handspun. Lucky whoever the recipient was for that. So let's see, how can I put these in there? Put these in our order so I remember. Okay. And the rest of these are were donated by Cupcake Crochet. So I just randomly picking some. These, what's that? They're rings. They're silver, and some of the rings are green. You can see, and they got little. The green rings have the little white beads, and the silver ones have the green beads, and then also one of them has the little yarn ball. So we're going to generate again, and that's number 30. Number 30 is Angie Ship. Yay! Her post was looks like some knitted mittens. Really cute. You write this down. I guess it would have been more efficient if I had did this before. The next set are these. These are pink versions. Oh, let me take them out to show you. They're really cute. Pink hoops. Well, the hoops are silver, but they got pink beads, and this is a little cookie star. It's really cute. So the winner of that is number 69. So let's see that one. I need to go last page. 69. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 is Erin. Give me on 418. This is a cowl she knit for her older niece. Oh, it's so cute. Everything Erin knits is really nice. If you don't watch her podcast, she is on YouTube. You should watch it because she's awesome. Give me on 418. Yay! Okay, one more. And these are heavy. Oh, they're really nice though. Very cute. And these are kind of clippy, like lobster claw. These are like a very light purpley color. A whole set of those. They're nice. These would be good for sweaters. Okay, so generate one more time, and 39. Did we do 39? Surely it wouldn't generate the same one. 39 is, yeah, we already did 39. That's weird. It's never done that before. Let me do it again. Okay, 54. Do 54. So, that's on the last page. 51, 52, 54 is, drum roll please, Lady in Tennessee 48, I believe. Lady INTN 48. Yay, congratulations you all. So she knit a set of hot pads and slash washcloth set for her sister. Looks cute. And on the subject, first of all, congratulations you all. I'm so thankful that you all participated. I'm sorry it took me so long to announce the winners. I'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, thank you all. Speaking of Christmas, thank you so much to everyone who sent me Christmas stuff. It's very sweet. It's very overwhelming. I was having a rough time with school and everything, and it was so nice to get the surprises and things. And yeah, I showed most of them off on my last podcast. One I couldn't open until I'm back. One I couldn't open till Christmas. And thank you. You know who you are. But isn't this the cutest coffee mug? On the inside it says the knitting circle. I love it. So thank you all for that. I have been doing a little bit of spinning. I'm not going to show you that because this is already getting kind of long, 38 minutes or so. But I met a friend and she's teaching me how to spin, and she gave me some different kinds of fibers to try out, just a little bit of each, and let me try out some of her different drop spindles, and really fun. Had a good, I mean, we literally were there all day, and it was so much fun. People kept looking at us and everything. So, reading, I have been reading and listening to audiobooks a lot the last couple weeks, and I finished the first two audiobooks of Harry Potter. I'm on the third, and these are I can't remember the guy's name that reads them, but he's amazing. He's the same guy that read the audiobook The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's when he reads the book, I can picture it in my head, and it's almost like watching TV. So yeah, I've been listening to those. Another book that I listen to just when I'm in the car is a book called 8033 by Ted Dekker. Ted Dekker is a Christian fiction author. Not all of them are like, Jesus, God, all out there, right in front of you. But some of, blah, blah. He does a series of books that are like a science fiction-y kind of a series, and then there's another one that's kind of mystery series, and they're really good. I mean, they have those Christian undertones or whatnot, but he reading his stuff, you never get bored. It's very exciting. You really get to know the character really well and everything. And he's my favorite author. I have a ton of books on my bookshelf right over there of his books. And if you like the science fiction-y kind of kind of book, my favorite that he wrote is called the Circle Trilogy. But the books are called Black, Red, White, and Green. Have to start with black, in my opinion. Technically, you could start with green, but don't. Start with black. And they're really good. You'll get addicted. Yeah, you should read them. And finally, I've been reading The Golem and the Djinn. I forgot to look up who it's by. But it's a really good book. I'm kind of reading it kind of slowly, like before I go to bed or something. I'm not really delving into it a whole lot, but now it's getting into I'm at like chapter 12, and it's getting into where there's a little bit more. Before it was a lot of character development, but now there's some action going on. They're getting to the meat of the story or whatnot. It's a very good book. I would definitely encourage you read it. It's very good. So yeah, that brings me to life stuff. So if you're not interested in kind of what's going on in my life, and you just wanted to see the knitting, then thanks for stopping by. Otherwise, let's get into what's going on. So as you know, if you watch my podcast, I recently, this December, graduated from grad school. I got my master's degree. I passed my nurse practitioner boards. I had on December 19th. And now I am looking for a job. And that's not been fun. Part of it is the school is taking their happy time sending the organization, the accrediting body, my finalized transcripts and degree confirmation. I don't know why it's taking them so long. But I've passed the test and all that. But until the school sends that, they can't release my official scores. Then I have to take those and send a thing to the Georgia Board of Nursing, and it's a big pamphlet of crap to fill out. You have to send that to get your license for the Georgia Board of Nursing. To be a nurse practitioner, you have to maintain your registered nurse license and your advanced practice register, APRN, or your nurse practitioner license on top of that. So, of course, my RN license expires this month, so I had to renew that and pay the money for that. Plus, I've been paying all this money for taking the test, taking the course, all this. Anyway, I don't have a job right now. I have no income, and it's driving me crazy. Not only has it got me a little stressed out because the bills keep coming, but the bank account's pretty empty. So yeah, that's kind of got me stressed out a little bit. But I'm just trying to stay positive. I've been applying to jobs and stuff like that. Part of the problem is I technically don't have a license yet, and another part of the problem is people want people who already have nurse practitioner experience, which I don't have, because I just graduated in December. So it's hard to get experience. Have experience when no one will hire you to give you experience. So, yeah. I thought I had a solution to all my problems, my money problems, is I was going to break my lease here at my apartment and move back in with my aunt and uncle until I got a job. Well, apparently the lease here has a something in it where you can't just give them 2 months notice and leave. They still require you to pay your full lease out. So my lease doesn't expire, doesn't end until August. So basically, I would have to pay them $8,400 to break my lease here. If I had $8,400, I wouldn't in the bank. I wouldn't need to break my lease, right? And I was like, well, I'm trying to do the right thing and tell you guys, what's going on, that I don't have a job, or whatever. And it's like getting kicked when you're down, It's frustrating. So, but they tried to be nice about it. They weren't jerks about it, which I was surprised. Usually people are just like rude. Well, one lady was, because she got mad because I took my lease back into the office, and I asked her if she could, show me exactly where it says that, because the stuff that I was reading to me sounded like I could just give them 2 months notice and break my lease and be fine. What would happen if I broke my lease anyway is they still file an eviction thing, even though they're not evicting you. And what they do is they have to turn it in to collections for whatever, how much you owe, and so that goes on your credit. And then because you're evicted, it makes it basically impossible for you to rent anywhere else again. So it's a pain. Um, if I didn't have to pay that, I have enough to where I could live, pay my car payment, and then stay with my aunt and uncle would eliminate a lot. So I've been going through and like I canceled my yarn subscription to my, those clubs. I had OnStar, I canceled that. I stopped my Netflix and all that. Just trying to cut back everywhere I can. But the apartment they they gave me this list of some people who they said help people kind of who are struggling to pay their rent and stuff. The problem is that's nice and all, but the problem is they only can pay like $400 or $500, and they all for a month. It might be a month before I even get my license. So I mean, and $400 or $500 isn't even half. I mean, my rent, if you did the math in your head, is about $1,200 a month. That includes cable, which I don't ever watch, but you have to have it, and water, sewage, trash, all that, everything but your power. So they tried to be helpful. Excuse me. I was like, well, that's a shame. You try to do the right thing, and so anyway, that's that. I kind of got a little depressed this past week because I've been applying for all these jobs and kind of things, and most of the jobs are like way out in the middle of nowhere and not necessarily what I want, but can't be too picky. And then I'm getting a lot of like, we've decided to proceed with other candidates at this time. And when you wake up to those emails every day and nothing positive, and then I'm like, I'm not going, out shopping. I'm not, I'm just been staying in my apartment, and oof, I was like, it was bad. So basically, I got frustrated, and yesterday I came up with that plan. I was like, well, I can just move everything into storage and, whatever. And then that kind of fell through today. Excuse me. So, actually, though, I went to the park and met one of my friends, Casey, and we took the dogs and Diamond played and took her for a walk and stuff. And got some fresh air, a little bit of sunshine. Made me feel better. Um, I'm supposed to be, well, I tried to start the 21-day fix um, kind of diet exercise thing with the knitting den. And, she's does like beach body stuff. And I was really looking forward to it. And I have the stuff, which I purchased when I had a job. Could afford it. Yeah. But I just don't like, it's expensive to eat healthy. And I don't have um, the money to be spending on a lot of things like that. I mean, I can exercise and whatnot, but I just don't. It's just not. And I'm not in the right mindset either. I guess now would be a good time to be able to do it because I don't have any other commitment. But at the same time, I just can't. There's too much going on, and I think I'm gonna have to bow out. It's too much stress. My stomach is messed up all the time right now, and just not good. You need to be in a good mindset to be hungry all the time from just eating um, things and whatever. And I really am trying not to spend a whole lot of money on groceries, and yeah. But anyway, I'm not saying that to make you all depressed. I'm just giving you an update about letting you know that that's why my post was a little late. I wasn't in the best mood, and I didn't want to come on here and be like, all depressed and whining, or whatnot, because I'm still very blessed, and I have family that loves me, and um, I mean, it's kind of a hard time. I don't know if I've mentioned my family owns a company, like my cousins. When I say my family, they're like my cousins. And I was doing a little bit of work for them while I was in school. And I asked them, is there anything? But we've had to lay off some people um, recently, and it just wouldn't be right for me to do that. So yeah, so that kind of cuts out like one of my plan of action was. Just, so I mean, my family's not gonna let me starve to death or anything, but as you know, they're not necessarily in the position to be able to pay $1,200 a month and that's just for rent. I mean, I still have my car payment and insurance. You all know how it is. So it's just got me stressed out, got my stomach all upset, has my head all upset. So I wasn't in a good mood. I was depressed. And so that's why I didn't podcast at the beginning of the year like I planned. And I apologize for that. But I just wanted to let you know and kind of be honest with you about the reason and whatnot. So, with that being said, it is a new year and things are going to get better. And I just got to stay positive and the right job's going to come along. And I know that I know my worth and I know that somebody's going to be lucky to have me as part of their team. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so let me see what else is going on. I don't know. Ugh, excuse me. I'm sleepy. Um, oh yeah. Thank you all for your comments on my videos of me singing. You guys are so sweet. Um, but yeah, I hope I'm glad you enjoyed them. Some people didn't. That's okay. But most of the feedback was nice, and so and probably the people who listen to them don't even know who I am or anything, and just whatever, which is fine, whatever. But thank you guys. You all had such sweet comments and such, and yeah. Anyway, my mom, mm, I don't know if I mentioned it, but my mom was having seizures, and she had having two in 1 week, which got, that's a whole nother stress thing. She's feeling okay right now, but the doctors, that emergency department, I just don't understand them. And then I don't understand my mother either, why she doesn't do the things that she needs to do to stay healthy. It's hard, you know, the doctors tell her to give her certain medicines for a reason. And, I wouldn't let her take a medication if she didn't really need it. But she doesn't understand that. So, anyway, I feel bad. Someone wanted to come say hello or goodbye because actually I'm going to sign off and get this uploaded. Say hey to everybody. This is little Diamond if you don't know. This is my baby. My baby girl. Oh, she must be cold. And I know everybody's like, you knit. Why don't you knit her a sweater? Because she doesn't keep them on. That's why. She doesn't like them. She always ends up getting either her legs get stuck up inside of them and then she's walking by pushing her head on the ground or whatever, or she just rubs it on like it itches, and that's with any kind of cotton, anything. So I just keep her blankets to get up under. She's like, so anyway, I guess you're ready. She's ready for dinner. That's why she came up. It's almost 7 o'clock, so in the evening. So she's ready to eat. I probably should eat something. But anyway, sorry to end on such a blah note. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are all getting plenty of knitting. I know Erin put a video today from Give Me Yarn 418. Her and Claire are doing like a yarn band thing. So go check that out. It won't hurt me to join that because I definitely can't buy any yarn right now. But I have plenty. One day I'll show you guys my stash. All of my yarn fits into 3 drawers and that are like this big. But anyway, I still have plenty of things I could knit before I run out. So anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope you're knitting lots of fun stuff and taking some time to knit for you now that the holidays are over. Yeah. Keep on knitting. Remember, take things one stitch at a time. And hope to see you all very soon, hopefully next week, I will have another podcast out. And I do have, excuse me, I have the hiccups now. I do have some plans to make the podcast a little bit more fun and interactive and stuff. And I was hoping to do it now, but I just haven't been in the right mindset. I hope you will forgive me for that. But anywho, be good, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.